All right.
So I should probably check up front and just make sure everything's
Not
fine.
yet, because, okay, let me show you this first.
All right.
This is the game you want to see.
Then I can come back.
This is the game you want to see. Okay, now the reason she wants to see it, she doesn't know. But I'm going to tell her at the beginning. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The player with white,
Mm-hmm.
he's 57.
Yeah.
Right. You like that. Right. Now.
Well, I don't know that I like it especially.
No, but
I
you
don't
like when the old
dislike
guys
it.
win.
Well, yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, in this position, black made a bad move. I wonder what it could be.
You wonder what it could be. What happened now?
Black made a bad move.
Am I supposed to find the bad move?
Yeah, don't even look at the board. Just tell me. Why you look at the board? Irrelevant, the board.
Oh, black. Oh, F6.
Bam! Now, that move isn't really that bad. I just said it was bad because never play F6. Now, remember when I said this guy was 57? Mm-hmm. Right, watch what he does. Bam! Oh, snap!
Wow. Oh, lawful waffle. That's sweet.
That'll teach that guy to weaken the white squares. Right? Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm 57, now I'm going to mate you 57 different ways. Now, that move doesn't win, but it shows he's had balls for 57 years, unlike his opponent. Okay. Queen takes H6. So white has compensation for a rook. It's very hard to play black. If you're an engine, you'll take black because you're up a rook and you'll defend perfectly. If you're a human, don't take black here because white's going to perpetual you and checkmate you, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I missed that. Okay, black played the computer move here because he's a really good player, Alekseenko. He's very strong. Mm-hmm. So he played the computer move, which most people wouldn't think of. Queen C7. The best move, the engine says that's the best move. Okay, queen takes F6. Now you have to save your bishop, right? Because otherwise you lose your bishop. And he blundered here. The only good move is to always sack the exchange. That's the only good move. And then after takes, the engine says black is fine, or even more than fine. This is doing great. Now here's what's funny. It looks like if I check and I check, I'm winning your rook. You see what I'm saying here? Mm-hmm. But king e7 saves the day. Okay, so this was the last chance for Alekseenko, and he played bishop b3. He's like, I'm up a rook. Okay. Now that move still draws. Still okay. Bishop h3 exclam. His rook got attacked, but he's interested in checkmating his opponent. Bishop takes rook, falls into checkmate. Now here's what's funny about this. After here, the checkmating move is not check. Always play knife f5. So here, white is down two rooks. Two rooks. Mm-hmm. And black gets mated. He's down two rooks. This is mate. The only way to stop mate, there's only one move that stops mate in one. It's really hard to find. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. There's one move that stops mate in one. Let's see if anybody can find it. There's one move. They'll be like resigns. That's not a move. There's a chess move that stops queen h6 mate. Yeah, AMC Donald got it. Yeah. A McDonald, look. Rook f7. Now it's not mate because you go here. Now there's one move that's mate in one. White's a play and mate in one.
Let's see. What's that hard to say?
According to you, you don't see pins well.
Oh, yeah. I just saw queen g7.
Right, mate.
I just don't see pins.
Yeah, you always tell me that. Okay.
I don't.
All right. So he played bishop h3, and he said, I dare you to take my rook. I double dare you. Then he said, do they speak English and what? Mm-hmm. Okay. There's one move that draws, and he played it, rook f8. So the guy played brilliant defending move. That move was all right. Okay. Bishop e6 check. You have to take it. take with check. King h8's the only move. Every other move loses immediately. The reason king h8 is better than moving your king up is if white does a rook lift, you're less scared with your king here because you can block with the rook. If your king's on g7, then you're scared. Okay, so that was correct. Check. Rook h7 hangs mate in 1. So he played king g8. Rook d4. And now it's blunder time, which is very similar to hammer time. So here, any sideways rook move draws according to the engine. But black didn't see the threat. And so he's like, well, that knight's no good. Knight d5. Let's defend. Okay, and that move loses immediately to queen e6 check. This is actually just an immediate win. So this was the losing blunder. He was thinking, well, rook here check, I just block with the rook, so I'll just get my knight back into the game. Yeah, but he missed that this is immediately winning. So you can move your king or you can block with a rook. If you block with a rook, it's forced mate, check. You can't move your rook. If you play king h8, check, only legal move, mate. And if you play king h7, it's the same, it's just one move longer. But it's the same mate. Okay, so you have to play king h8, which he did. All right? Mm-hmm. All right, now this is the best move of the game. That rook sacrifice, it was okay. This move, and when he played knight d5, I'm sure he missed this move. I'm sure of it. It's not a move you like would normally think of. Knight e8, attacking the queen and getting rid of the g7 square for the black king and putting the knight into the attack. This move wins immediately. Really nice move. Okay, he doesn't want to lose his queen. If he takes the knight, because always sack the exchange, then you get checkmated. When your king goes to the second rank, you can't block the rook check anymore. You just get mated immediately. So he played queen d8, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, check. If you play rook here, queen takes f8, mate. So you have to play king g8, rook check, and then in this position, he resigned. Or did he play here? He did play here. Right. Okay, now this is brilliant. This is amazing what he did here. I've never been so impressed. Now, if you remember my game with Kirill Alekseenko, which we talked about earlier, at the end of the game, I could have won easier by playing rook g7 check, king e8, queen h5. But I didn't see queen h5. So, or queen g6. That doesn't work here because if you do that now, there's two rooks that control f7. So watch what Krasenkov does. He plays knight d6 check. Now if you play rook here, now the mate works. It's the same mate that I didn't see, and then you made him here. Mm-hmm. But if you don't play rook takes knight, then this is the only other legal move, right? Mm-hmm. And then check, only legal move, mate. Yeah. So after knight d6 check, he resigned. So that guy's 57. He's playing a guy rated like 100 points higher. He sacks a rook, sacking, mm-hmm. and plays brilliantly and wins.
Are they both GMs or what?
Yeah, they're very strong GMs. Yeah. Now, Krasenkov used to be 2,700 FIDE, but now he's 2,600.
But I haven't heard of the other guy.
Right, he was 2,700 like 20 years ago, and now he's not. The other guy used to be 2,700 also, until this game.
Hey, I should probably go just check on the tournament, make sure everything's going well.
Mm-hmm.
And I can maybe come back.
I got one more game.
Yeah. All right, well, why don't you just go on without me?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll...
Yeah, Krasenkov was good until he was old and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go, Karen.